What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy, glad to be there, but welcome back to another episode of the FPL preview for Game Week 9. Now, Game Week 9 is over. Game Week 10, we're about to go into double figures, so that's when you know the season is getting into full steam ahead mode. Games will come thick and fast as we approach that Christmas period. However, we've got to go through an international break in the not too distant future. However, that's all in the future. Today we're talking about the past, what happened in the last game week, and aside from Jose Mourinho completely messing up against Chelsea, let's be back over some of the better players, which won't involve many Man United players, that's to be sure, starting off with the goalkeepers. We're starting off with the only double figures in goalkeepers. It's 1-0 for Victor Valdez, an ex-Man United keeper. Seems as if they could have done with him then. Now, Victor Valdez was put on show against Arsenal, and my, if I get him up on the screen, he had a lot to do. 5 saves, 3 bonus points, 10 points, and even including a clean sheet. A nice little way to, play for a 3 o'clock kickoff, and Arsenal probably should have done better, but maybe missing Olivier Giroud, who knows. But next up, we've got Aurelio Gomez for Watford. By the way, Victor Valdez, I would say stay away from. Middlesbrough a bit temperamental at the back. I think they got a bit lucky that Arsenal didn't bring their A game, and Victor Valdez making some good saves at the back. But Aurelio Gomez for Watford, at £4.9 million, scored 9 points. And would I bring him in? Yeah, I wouldn't bring him in as well. Watford, I'm not too sure. I think Swansea had, by the sound of things, had the better of the game for the large parts of it. Probably should have had 1 or 2 goals. So at the moment, Gomez is a bit too wishy-washy for me. And we got 4.6 million Artur Burac. He comes into the team with 8 points, or comes into the week with 8 points. Bournemouth had a decent week. I mean, you're looking back at it, Bournemouth, if I get them up on the screen, if my FPL would like to work, there we go. Bournemouth had, a nice little game, and I can't even see it. Where is it? 0-0. 0-0 against Spurs, that's what it was. And, again, Burac has done all right so far. He's one of the top goal-scoring goalkeepers, or top point-scoring goalkeepers on the whole thing, but again, it's just Bournemouth at home. They look solid, but away they're not too good. Maybe look at the home and away, whoever has that with Bournemouth, but I'm not too sure. I'd say stay away from Burac right now. And finally, I had a choice between Cech and Kurtyoy for 7 points. I put Kurtyoy in because I said him. I thought it was going to be 0-0. I got one of the sides right. The other side, I was 4 goals out. So, they come and they go, but also was Cech there on 7. Cech is, I don't know why I overlooked Arsenal defenders there, but Cech, I'm surprised I didn't put him in to my goalkeepers, but he's definitely one to get. Even, Kurtyoy as well. Chelsea look really solid with their new formation, their new setup, and even with a tough sort of few fixtures coming up in the near distant future, I think Kurtyoy's a good bet, but Kurtyoy or Cech are the pick out of the goalkeepers for this review. Let's have a look at the defenders. So defenders, we had some high-scoring defenders and some high-scoring, clean sheet, goal-scoring and assist-making centre-back. Starting off with Gary Cahill. He grabbed himself a goal, a clean sheet and a few bonus points as well. In Chelsea, actually, did he even get bonus points? 2 bonus points. I thought he did. So I doubled that myself in the end. But Cahill got 14 points. And you had a really good game week. Would I bring Gary Cahill into my team? Well, it's a strange one. I think at full fitness, you look at the back line, I think he has a place in it for now, and Chelsea look really solid. I mean, you could say, who have they played against? Well, they saw out the rest of the game against Arsenal, played against Hull, who seem to be scoring, okay rate, just conceding a lot. Then they also got a clean sheet against Leicester, clean sheet against Manchester United. The results are there against bigger teams, and Cahill was definitely looking like a good bet. Will he score every week? No. Will he get attacking chances every week? No. But you'll get clean sheets a lot of the time. But I say better options would be someone like Marcus Alonso, or Aspilicueta if he moves out wide. When they get centre-backs fit again, Terry and Zuma, I'm pointing the finger out there. But Cahill is definitely a good bet if you want to bring him in. Probably a differential, but a lot of people have been transferring him in this game week. Then we've got Winston Reid, also on 14 points, scored a really, really late goal to win it against the top side, obviously, in Sunderland. So scraping a 1-0 West Ham. Not looking too good, but Winston Reid, 14 points. They're getting clean sheets. I mean, that's all that matters in the end. They are scraping 1-0s, but they're getting wins and they're getting clean sheets. Would I bring Winston Reid in? £5 million? There are better options out there. I think when Cedric is fit for Southampton, he's definitely looking like a good bet, but Reid I would stay away from just for the fact it's West Ham. You never know what you're going to get. Then you've got Shaw Cruncher, £4.9 million, scoring 11 points from a clean sheet and also an assist in their 2-0 win at the weekend. And was it 2-0? Yeah, it was 2-0. Just had to check again. It looks like a good bet, actually. Stoke defenders, I think, will start getting more clean sheets. I think they've got solid over the last few weeks. Got a good run of games coming up as well. Sure, Crunch at £4.9 million was like a really, really good bet. I'd go as far as saying I'd bring him in if I had the chance. I've already made one defending switch. Bailey out, Alonso in. I think Alonso's a great bet for the season if he carries on playing. That is my luck. He'll stop playing now. But next up, we've got Mr. Simon Francis of Bournemouth. And I've probably said that wrong. I've probably got the wrong first name. But Francis comes in, 9 points for Bournemouth. Grabbed a clean sheet, 3 bonus points when I bring him in. Again, it's that air of inevitability. With Burroch as well. Same sort of thing. So I'd say, take him at your choice, but I'd stay away in my personal opinion. We've also got Carl Lawson on 9 points, grabbed a clean sheet and also 3 bonus points. It's a weird one with Swansea because I think the new manager Bob Bradley is chopping and changing things a lot, making a few changes. I thought Leroy Fer was going to play this week. He didn't even start, didn't make an appearance. So he never, I don't know, I think I'd leave it for a few weeks to see how Swansea settle into their new manager under the new regime with Bob Bradley, but definitely one to keep an eye out for. And lastly, I had a choice between a few 8-point defenders. I say a few, just reading them off. Koscielny, Cook, Alonso, Fuchs, Macaulay and Ogbonna. And of course, Alonso, because I said him. However, I also said Fuchs. I thought I'd get a clean sheet, didn't, but he scored a pretty decent goal. But rattling off quickly, Koscielny, £6.4 million is really expensive. You've got in there at £6 million, great. I just think he's too expensive. He was going to get a lot more points than any other one else. Maybe Bellerin, a bit more expensive. You're going to go for that expensive route, or Mustafi, Monreal, £6 million if you're going for an Arsenal defender. Even Czech is a good bet as well if you're looking for a slightly less costly area. You got Cook, same thing with Francis. Alonso, definitely. Fuchs, I'm not too sure if Leicester are away from home. They need to sort their game out before I make a decision. Then we've got Macaulay. I'm not too sure with West Brom. And then lastly, you've got Ogbonna. Also, with Macaulay, don't be fooled by the fact he's scoring points. He's a goal scorer, but that could easily dry up. He's a centre-back and they're not getting clean sheets, so it's not, definite. But that being said, let's move on to midfielders. God, I talk a lot, do I? I always talk a lot about the goalkeepers and defenders, leaving no time for the most exciting part of FPL, the midfielders, not so much the attackers at the moment. But we're going to speed through these. Shaqiri on 15 points, got another 2 goals, made it 3 for the season, which in fact is all he got throughout the whole of last season. And he's got decent fixtures coming up. Can he keep up the form? I don't know. Has he got the potential to? Definitely. So £6.3 million, it's a risk, no doubt. But could be a risk worth taking. Then we've got Pedro at 13 points scored. Willian is back now. It's interesting to see that now because where will Willian play? Because Willian's obviously a good winger. You've got Pedro and you've got Moses down that right-hand side. For me, though, I think Pedro is probably the one that could be missing out. Willian is good on the attack. He's also good on the defence. But Moses has been playing well. Then you've also got the thing, Pedro's been playing well. I'm going to be honest, I just don't know. So Pedro is a huge risk at the moment. A huge blank spot. And Chelsea fans, let me know. Is Pedro going to come out for Willian? Is Moses going to come out for Willian? Is anyone going to come out for Willian? Will Willian have to wait his chance? Who knows? But next up, we've got Scott Arfield, who, of course, most Twitter accounts, Burnley had Arfield Day. Kill me. But Arfield comes in £5.2 million. I'd say stay away, even if it is, just a small amount of money. There are better options out there, much better options out there for a little bit more. Even Stanislas, a little bit less in Joe Allen. But Arfield, again, I don't think he's going to be a consistent point scorer. Mane at 12 points, sorry, not £12 million, but 12 points, £9 million. He was their most advanced player. I believe that is true. I believe it was him as well. He's got pace on him. And he showed he can be lethal in decent positions and score from decent chances. But, there's always a chance. Liverpool midfield, you don't know what you're going to get, but I think Mane's probably one of the better bets. Got great fixtures, so why not chuck him in there if you've got the money? Next up, we've got Kabay, who had 10 points. I'm not too sure with Kabay. If he continues it, then I'll say yes, but it's one to keep an eye out on. I wouldn't say bring him in just yet. £5.6 million, like I said. Make sure Arfield there's better people just above him. Kabay could be one, but I say wait for a few weeks to see how he does. And finally, Coutinho. Fantastic. I'd say bring him in, definitely. Let's move on to the attackers. Now, I've barely left myself any time for the attackers, but look at the list. There's no one. I mean, to rattle off a few, Musa grabbed a goal, got 8 points. Iñárritu got a goal, grabbed 8 points. Vokes grabbed a goal, got 7 points. Okazaki grabbed a goal, got 6 points. Lukaku and Slimani grabbed an assist, got 5 points. Robson kindly got an assist and got 4 points. And that's it. That is a total of 4 strikers who scored, 3 who grabbed an assist. Where are the goals? I mean, admittedly, this is when, on a week that, barely anyone scored. I mean, there were 3-0 nils for goodness sake. But where are the goals? This is also for the fact that one of the high-scoring weekends, there were no goals. No Aguero, no Ibra, no Vardy. Admittedly, Vardy didn't start. But it's just, where have they gone? But anyway, to smash through them. Musa, I'd say no, although he got a goal in place of Vardy. I think easily Vardy's going to be their top striker. He's nominated for a Ballon d'Or for a reason, so I'd say stay away from Musa. Iheanacho, stay away from Iheanacho. Although he's got a chance to maybe prove himself in the first team, when it comes down to it, no manager is going to pick Iheanacho over Aguero. Unless, of course, Aguero's in a wheelchair, and he's not. He's still walking, so Aguero's going to be number one for them. So I'd stay away from Iheanacho, although it is worth noting he has a fantastic effect from the bench. He's a real impact player, so that could be, an element, little bit of doubt creeping into your mind. So I'd say no, but in the end, it's your choice. Vokes, keep on saying no to Vokes, but he keeps on scoring, so I'm not too sure. He's also on penalty duties. I don't know when Andre Gray is back. I think he should be back sometime sooner or later, but Burnley are doing okay without him. Grabbed another good win this weekend, and I'd say stay away from Vokes, but also watch him, because he could go and grab more goals and more goals and more goals and prove me wrong every week. But I'm just not convinced. And we've got Okazaki again. I'm not convinced with him. Again, you've got so many strikers. You've got Joa, Okazaki, Musa, Vardy and Slimani. But Okazaki doesn't seem like a 100% starter. Although he could have proved himself along with Musa, I'd say stay away. Lukaku, 5 points. Definitely get him in. He has got a fantastic record against his next opponents, which is a lovely West Ham. So, it's going to be a 0-0 draw, scraping a 1-0 win for West Ham now. And also Slimani at 5 points. Again, you've got 3 Leicester strikers on here. Just about says it all about where the goals were this weekend. Nowhere. But Slimani, I'm not 100%. £8.5 million is bit expensive for a player that is a bit wifty-wafty, although I did put him in as my captaincy choice this week, or one of my captaincy choices. I'm just not convinced. And that is that for this video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know who are you looking to bring in who scored well in this game week. Any strikers? Because I'm just not too sure of strikers at the moment. I've got Costa, Aguero and Lukaku, but I'm just not convinced. Any other weekend Costa would score 4-0, he doesn't score. Madness. But thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.